Welcome Monarch team. I want to take some time with you today to go over an overview of our Lindhaus Upright Vacuums that are located in each of our locations. I'm going to cover some things that have come up via text message to myself or Shelly in the past, and hopefully provide you with some solutions that you can make use of when you're on site servicing your vacuum. I'm going to start simply with the nicks that we sometimes see in cords. This one you can already see I have serviced and covered up with the black electrical tape. We're going to make sure we have this on all locations on site so that if you do have an issue with that, you can simply cover it up. And again, you would just take the part that's exposed and take the black electrical tape and wrap it twice in those areas. One way we can prevent this from happening is anytime we get these caught under doors or under cubicles, we don't pull on them and yank them, because that's what splices the cord and makes it, it exposes it. As well, we want to make sure that we wrap these up every day, much like this one is. You can see I've got it slightly unwrapped, but you want to keep them wrapped because it keeps the cord life for much longer. Moving right along here, we're going to get into changing the filter on the vacuum. So on these vacuums here, the filter is always located at the front. We take the housing off right here. We take the front, the piece that holds the filter in place. And I have already changed this one. This you will always find in your vacuum bag package. There's usually 2 in each one of these. If you need more, just contact us at the office. You can see here, this is a filter that definitely needed change, so that's why we did so. I'm going to put this back in place. Again, we just put it in place here. It fits perfectly. And then we put our housing back in place. Lock it in. And you see even that you might have to rotate it around to get the proper fit. You can hear it lock in place. There's 2 spots on the bottom where you latch this housing, clicks in, push the blue button down, and it's back in place. So now we can move on to changing the bag. Changing the bag is as simple as removing this back housing cover, setting it in place like so, grabbing the red tab at the top, releasing it, pulling the bag off. Again, I have changed this bag already. I wanted to have it prepared. Sometimes with these bags, what you'll find is when they're brand new like this, you want to kind of open them up. When you open them up, it makes it easier to put on. I put it on the top like this, slide it into place, tuck my vacuum, or tuck the bag in, take the latch, pull it forward to me, lock it into the cardboard piece at the top. And also, this part here on the bottom, we want to remove it every time we change the bag. Just give it a vacuum out if possible, even beforehand, and then put it back in place. You can use one of the other vacuums on site to do that. Then we put the housing back on, and we're good to go from that area right there. Now, next thing that often comes up in many of our locations is servicing a clog. Well, how do I know I have a clog? Well, generally it wouldn't be picking up well, but see this red light right here? That's going to tell you that you have a clog. It's going to be flashing red or be constantly red, or you'll hear a high-pitched noise when you're vacuuming. In order to do that, some of the areas we want to check, we want to take the hose off of the vacuum. I've got this vacuum apart here, so I'm just going to go through and show you what we want to look for. In this hose right here, we want to look for clogs. A lot of times what we do to do that is, excuse me for a second, I wanted to take this and we're going to move it right through the hose to see if we've got any clogs. This one came right out the other side, so I know that I don't have any issues there. And we're going to remove that out. I'm going to set this hose back down. I may move on to the extension part there to see where the issue, and I can already see this. This vacuum was actually in a location, and you can see the clogs right in the end. So this is lucky for me. I just pull it out there, and then I can see through it, and I know that I don't need to put the broom through. So that is where our clog was. Now that's been serviced, and we won't have any issues there. The last area that we would check would be on the base. We're going to push the pedal down so that we can see. This is generally the area we want to look to see if we can remove it. Or in this area here, we can look by rotating. You'll see clogs sometimes in. You want to free them up, and then you're good to go. Moving right along, we're going to put this back together now for everyone. We want to put the base down first. Get this switch in the open position, which it is. Let me pull that out. Drop it down into place. Now make sure this leg here on the side, this little black leg, is also in place. Without it being in place, that will not go down, will not go on properly. I'm going to pull the latch across to lock it into place. Kevin, this one's for you. This blue latch right here. It says lock. Doesn't say lock, it says close. It says open. We want to now have it in the lock position. Moving right along here, I'm going to attach the hose back into place. This often happens in many of our locations. We want to twist and thread it back into place. We have 2 threads. We twist and we thread it back into place. Put it on the top, grab our extension pole, put it into there, latch it into the side, and the last and important piece at the top here, we have a spot for it. Keep it in that position when you're vacuuming. When you keep it like that, this doesn't bang off your leg when you're in this position here, and you don't get that static electricity. Many people think they're getting shocked, but they're actually not. It's from the static electricity that comes from moving it on the carpet. That covers everything we're going to look at today. I did want to take the time to thank every single person at Monarch for all of their help and bringing feedback back to us as far as everything goes with all the changes we're making. We're very excited about the changes. We're excited to bring them to you. We have a lot of exciting things happening, and I just want to say thank you for being a part of our team.